If you ask a fan, they will 8 out of 10 times will say that Sailor Moon is not their favorite Sailor Scout. Hey guys, it's PanduhJess and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going back down memory lane and checking out figures from the very iconic 90s anime. So if you couldn't tell by this video, obviously Sailor Moon. If you guys were a 90s kid, just like me, you would have heard about Sailor Moon if you didn't watch it. I feel like it was just one of those iconic anime that you didn't even have to watch to know what Sailor Moon was. You guys know me, I've watched a lot of magical girl anime, but for some reason Sailor Moon has been set apart from all the other Maho Shoujo anime. Like Magical Princess Minky Momo, Magical Idol Pastel Yumi. There's just like so many of the, I would have to say, like slice of life magical girl anime that when Sailor Moon came out, it was all these girls being badass and fighting villains and not taking anything from guys. Like that is what every little girl kind of wants to see when they're 7, 8 years old, which is how old I was when I started watching Sailor Moon. But yeah, I feel like as elementary, middle school kid, growing up watching Dragon Ball and Inuyasha and Yu Yu Hakusho with her brother, finding Sailor Moon and just seeing like an action anime for girls, I thought that was pretty cool. So we're gonna be unboxing these figures right here. I don't know if you guys can see. There are 5 figures. These are the Sailor Scouts that you guys meet in the first 2 seasons, I guess. So I've never actually unboxed called figure arts minis. They remind me of Nendoroids, but they are not Nendoroids. So I'm kind of excited to see what the difference is. Alright you guys, so ironically we're not starting with Sailor Moon, we're gonna start with Sailor Mercury. Okay guys, I just opened it. So it looks like this, and you can see that the figure is already complete as a whole. It comes with two extra arms and then the stand right here. Her arms move, which is kind of cool, and so do her legs. Like, whoa, look at that. She gets put on the stand, and I was like wondering why she's like suspended, but the stand can actually like move, so she's like actually touching the floor. There we go. Yeah, that's Sailor Mercury. This is a quality figure right here. Wow. I remember as a kid, I really liked Sailor Mercury because her color is blue, and I'm pretty sure at that time I was in my like rebellious phase of hating pink. Yeah, at that time I didn't like pink for a while, and I was like, yeah, blue. It's my second favorite color, now my first favorite color, and I'm a tomboy. This is what tomboys like. Only girly girls like pink. It made sense to like blue and hate pink. Anyways, even though Sailor Mercury was really cool, I never understood, never understood why her accent was British. To me, she sounded like an old lady. I don't know. But I thought it was really cool that her powers were water related and that she was like really into like technology. I thought it was really cool that her mask was like, it looked like it was like digitally placed on her face, like it just magically appeared like everything else, but it was like compatible with her computer that she like took with her everywhere. This is Sailor Mars. She is the red one. I remember when I was a kid, I thought that she was like so pretty. Like she was probably like visually one of my favorite Sailor Scouts, but I feel like as a kid her personality wasn't the greatest to me, just because she was like very, I wouldn't say like cold, but she's kind of mean. Obviously now she's just like very outspoken and like courageous and, you know, women empowerment, but as a 7, 8-year-old, you're told like be your nicest, like be your best version and like be nice to people, and she didn't really do that, I would have to say. She's always fighting with Usagi, Sailor Moon, and I don't know, she's like very hot-headed, which is like funny because, you know, fire powers, hello. And I don't know, just like when you're a kid, it kind of hits differently when someone is being mean and, you know, is like always like outwardly angry. So yeah, that's like the only reason. Now that I think of it, like, she reminds me so much of my sister. She's like super strong and like independent, and I feel like my sister is Sailor Mars, if you guys know JoJo. Anyways, as an 8-year-old, the one thing that bothered me through this whole series was like, how are they running in heels? How? I don't understand. I rarely wear heels. I just can't do it, you guys. They hurt. They're very uncomfortable, and I have no coordination. So I always fall. I always sprain my ankle. It just happens so many times. So next is Sailor Jupiter. I know you guys are thinking, if you're a tomboy, why isn't Sailor Jupiter your favorite? But you know, you guys, I did not like the color green. When you're 7, 8 years old, you just, for some reason, you hate certain colors and you are defined by the colors that you like. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's one of the first things that you're asked as a kid. What's your favorite color? I guess you just associate what colors are the best and what colors are the worst. Besides that, I thought Sailor Jupiter was really cool because she was obviously a tomboy, but she also really liked girly things, and I thought that was always really cute. Like, she liked cooking, she liked dressing up and shopping, so I thought it was really cute. Now that I like see her older, like, she's really freaking cute, you guys. Let me see her. Look at her. But yeah, I remember always watching like an episode where she's like playing basketball, or she's playing soccer, or she's running, and she's like always stepping in and saving people who are getting bullied by like boys bullying girls. Like, she never took that crap. Like, so I thought she was like always a super strong character that a lot of them relied on. Okay, you guys, for the longest time, I would mix up Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus. I'm like, are they the same person? Like, why do they look alike? Why are they similar? And I was confused for a very long time, and it wasn't until like later in the series and when I was reading the manga that they explained to you that Earth and Venus are twin planets. I don't know if that's exactly the truth, but that's what they explained in the series. So that is why they look so similar, and I was just like, I was so shook. Oh, does this lighting do any justice for her hair? No, it doesn't. Sailor Venus is the orange Sailor Scout. If you guys didn't know, I like that she has an accented red bow from the orange. I thought that was a really nice touch. Her hair is like usually down in a half ponytail, unlike Usagi's twin pigtails. But yeah, I was just like really confused for a long time, and I was like, why is she the only one with a mask? Like, what makes her so special? But obviously to know that she is their leader. Like, you would think that Sailor Moon is the leader, but she is like the actual leader, and you don't figure that out unless you've watched the series and read the manga. But yeah, that's crazy, right, you guys? Sailor Venus is the actual leader of the Sailor Scouts. I actually recently took a Sailor Scouts test, and it showed me to be like Sailor Venus. I remember that in the anime she's like very silly and very like outgoing, but she can also be serious when it comes to like her friends. So I felt that, and I was like, yeah, like, sure, Sailor Venus, that's me, cool. But yeah, she just has a really like strong love and support for her friends, her fellow Sailor Scouts, and I love that. Okay guys, we're down to the very last one. We are down to Sailor Moon, our girl Usagi. If you ask a fan, they will 8 out of 10 times will say that Sailor Moon is not their favorite Sailor Scout. I don't know why this is a fact, but it is. Like, literally every Sailor Moon fan that I've talked to, we've agreed that Sailor Moon is not your favorite. I think that mainly is because when you're like in elementary and middle school and you see Usagi and she's like lazy, she's undetermined, she's clumsy and always sleeping, and you know, you're just like, why would I want to be, you know, her, when they're like, all the other Sailor Scouts are like really cool and badass. Not to say that she's not badass, but like in the series she's just portrayed as a very lazy and crybaby-ish character. So like, I get it, I totally get it, but it's funny because when you grow up and you're like in college, you're an adult, you realize that all you want to be is Usagi, Sailor Moon, and you just want to read comics and your manga and eat and sleep all day, and you just don't want to do anything else. Like, she has become the most relatable Sailor Scout to all 20-year-old adults. And I don't know if they did that on purpose, but honestly, we just relate to her a lot more than we would like to admit. And it's okay. I just thought it was funny just to think back on like when I was 8 years old and how I was just like, why is she always crying? Like, why doesn't she just do her homework? Why doesn't she just do what she has to do? And then you become me when I'm how old now, and you're just like, oh, that's why she was that way. That's why she didn't want to grow up. I get it. We are all now Usagi and we love her. I remember, I don't know if it was a documentary or if it was just an article that I read about the author of Sailor Moon and how she created Sailor Moon because she didn't have friends. So she wanted to create the friends that she wanted. And I thought that was just like so pure and like so sweet. Even though a lot of people would say like, oh, that's so sad. She went on to create these powerful and strong girls who are like so different. They have different hobbies, different interests. They all come together and they just create safe space for little girls or little boys who watch Sailor Moon and, you know, grew up loving it. I don't know, it just holds a special place in their heart, you know? There's stories about like friendship and love and loyalty is kind of just something that is really cool to grow up with. Those are like some of the values that you kind of have to learn from. It's kind of just like life lessons in a manga. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm like getting all nostalgic thinking about Sailor Moon and like what it taught me when I was back in middle school. So thank you, Sailor Moon, and thank you to the author. I feel like Sailor Moon, even if you didn't watch it as an OG fan, even watching it now can kind of like help you, which is nice. I kind of feel that way about a lot of the classic anime because a lot of them, the ones that I watched at least, were based on like emotions and like how to feel and express your feelings, which is something that I'm working on for the last few years. It helps like going back to the anime and just like, wow, like maybe if I didn't watch it at such a young age then I'd understand it a little bit better like I am now. But that's just like something that you have to go back to and like figure out for yourself, which is what I'm doing. So yeah, that's cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that we didn't like go through the figures like intensely and like micromanage everything, but I thought it would just be a cool, you know, chat down video again to talk about Sailor Moon. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought about it, and please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Please turn on the notification bell so you guys know when I post another video, which is every Friday weekly. Alright you guys, I'm PanduhJess. See you guys later. Bye!